Dude Perfect isn't just internet famous for trick shots. It's a vertically integrated media company, and CEO Andrew Yaffe is building the future of creator commerce from Texas. Today, 56% of Gen Z and 43% of millennials say social media content is more relevant than TV. And Dude Perfect is building a company around that shift. Tell us a little bit about your job. What is your role? What does your actual day-to-day look like?
We have about 50 employees. We've got an 80,000 foot production space. We have consumer products. We do a live tour. And so I am managing a small business that is growing very rapidly with a lot of staff that touches a lot of different parts of the economy.
You all are building this studio in Texas. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about, what are the advantages to that, and why make that decision to build in Texas rather than LA or New York?
It's just really authentic to us. All the guys are from Texas. They met at Texas A&M.
Welcome to Aggie Land. This is the world's longest basketball shot.
And then second is space. That we have two 40,000 foot warehouses next to each other in Frisco. That's not something you're going to find in Manhattan.
What do you think the economic impact has been on the Dallas-Fort Worth area?
There's a lot of attention that I think gets brought to the DFW and Frisco in particular based on our presence between the World Cup, the NFL, the Mavericks, every major sporting club here. Basically every major athlete in the world will come through Dallas at some point in the next several years. We just think a massive economic benefit for the community, and we think our presence is a big part of that.
Do you think this is where content creation is headed?
Because we have everything on site, we can produce every piece of content incredibly cost efficiently at very profitably. And once you are a creator of a certain scale, this is an incredibly profitable way to create content. I mean, obviously, Mr. Beast and what they've been able to do in Greenville, North Carolina is a shining example of a creator-driven campus. And so I think you're just going to continue to see these pop up all over the country and probably more and more outside of New York and Los Angeles.
Where do you see the future of Dude Perfect going?
We're just going to keep growing. We just hit employee 50. The plan is to be at 75 by the end of this year and, reach probably 100 next year. In terms of what we're doing is a few things. One is more forms of content. You'll be seeing us launch new verticals and new formats and new styles of content. Given we have all the ingredients here, it's really about how do we pick the right places to develop and produce more content. We've launched a gaming channel, and we have several more that we're working on.
I'm wondering on the congressional side of things, do you think there's an information gap? What do members of Congress need to understand about content creation?
In reality, we are producing content that is of the quality of Hollywood, just in a far more cost-efficient and direct-to-audience way, where we're getting direct feedback. We have an 8-person edit team. We have a 15-person production team. We have best-in-class creatives and producers who have come from traditional media.
What do you want to tell members of Congress, about your business? What do you think they need to understand about it?
I think there's a lack of understanding generally around how real these businesses are. There's a perception sometimes that social media and digital video is a guy with a phone from a garage who immediately posts what happens in his or her life. And we couldn't be further from that. We're doing 3-month development processes on videos. We're flying all over the world to produce those videos. We're doing so incredibly profitably. It is a very real business run by very real people.